It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, November 3rd, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I have your 5 o'clock news and on. Step straight at the 5 o'clock hour on this Thursday evening. Here is the government has said it will fight a high court ruling that could frustrate its timetable of Brexit, claiming that the voters want them to get on with it. If the polls close right at the moment, and the results in each state perfectly mirror the current real clear politics average of polls in each state, Hillary Clinton would be the elected president by an electoral vote. Chicago, the final resting place for Mr. Governor Ernie Banks, is a very pot that lies beneath a shed of unneeded electricity in the Lake Wilmere section of Graceland Cemetery, crematory, a half mile north from the Gate J entrance to Wrigley Field. According to CNN Justice correspondent Evan Perez, conspiracy Clinton cash quick to blame the FBI turmoil. Berwyn, Pennsylvania, Melania Trump returned with a proposal on Thursday by making an irreverent eyebrow-raising claim, especially she would combat bullying. Russia's President Vladimir Putin issued a presidential decree Thursday that grants Russian citizenship to action movie star Steven Seagal, fulfilling a desire that Seagal spoke about as recently as September. Iraqi special forces take part in an operation against Islamic State militants in Kuchar, western Mosul, as Islamic State leaders says no retreat from Mosul assault. Geneva, at least 240 migrants have drowned off the coast of Libya within the last 4 years, possibly as an intended consequence of European efforts to stop people smugglers and to train Libyan Coast Guard, the UN said. Kanda's Afghanistan, 2 American soldiers and more than 30 Afghans were killed on Thursday in the midst of heavy fighting around the northern provincial capital of Kunduz, official local residents said. A passenger train crashed in the back end of another in Pakistan's southern port city of Karachi on Thursday, killing at least 19 people and injured 50, officials said. A Los Angeles man was charged Thursday with a 3-year-old girl randomly attacked just steps from her parents at their workplace. Federal investigators have concluded that Penn State should pay a record fine of nearly $2.4 million for the numerous violations of campus safety law findings that arose from a 5-year probe related to the former assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky. Charleston, South Carolina, prosecutors' defense attorneys on Thursday presented historically different portraits of Walter Scott, and an unarmed black man who was killed last year was captured on cell phone video in Michael Sager, who was a former police officer. Pawnee, Oklahoma. State regulators in Oklahoma say they are considering new restrictions on some oil and gas activity after a 4.5 magnitude earthquake struck the northern parts of the state overnight. So, U.S. and South Korean Marines conducted an unprecedented joint drill that simulated the rescue of North Korean refugees. Mosul, Iraq. For the first time in 2 years, Iraqi troops are Mosul ready to take the Islamic State fighters determined to defend their Baghdad stronghold. So, a defector suspected of praising North Korea's ruling family has been arrested for violating South Korean law. San Diego, Antonio Reynoso Gonzalez, a member of the Sinaloa cartel charged in 1985 along with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, was pleaded guilty to drug trafficking charges. Boston, Robert Bobby Lucas, everyone you run on. Mobster was admitted to conspiracy to carry a murder in the 1992 Quick Document Show. Jerusalem, there are a relatively small group of Americans abroad. Donald Trump can likely claim his first victory election. Americans living in Israel. Look at some local news from the Yadabur Sun Chronicle. North Fighter Christine Crossman is not a runner. In fact, when the trainer stint at her torch runner for the 2015 Special Olympic World Games, she almost gave up. She remembered her daughter, Caitlin. And now North Edinburgh Cup gears up for an even bigger challenge to win a 10 final leg team leaders to the 2017 Special Olympics World Winter Games in Austria. It's Caitlin that keeps her going. Crossman 37 again volunteered with the Special Olympics in high school and college, but before her daughter was born in cerebral palsy, incredibly just. She had no idea what the organization would mean to her family. Caitlin's first event in 2011 when the Special Olympics came to her school. Norton local officials are firmly opposed to ballot question number 2 in Tuesday's election that would allow for up to 12 new charter schools a year in the state by a limited cap. Atterbury, an alleged drunken driver unwanted for failing to appear with his trial last year, was ordered to be held on bail Thursday. Fox by members of the town's sexual abuse committee by expressing frustration and taking so long for the charter change that would expend the town's confiscation of mandatory reporters as suspected abuse. Atterbury. The city is receiving a $250,000 state grant for the repair of the Dodgeville Pond Dam that will help them plan to revitalize the center of the city. Boston, tens of millions of state dollars have been poured into Massachusetts to try to persuade voters to support questions on Tuesday's ballot. Of the $52 million raised by groups on both sides, the initiatives will whopping 82% of more than $37 million that come for the organizations and individuals are based outside of Massachusetts. That's according to an Associated Press review of the reports filed with the State Office of Campaign and Political Finance. Boston, the state's top law and enforcement official, says if recreational marijuana is legalized in Massachusetts, companies that sell pot would always put profits ahead of people. The Egyptian Central Bank said Thursday that it would float the country's pound, an aggressive statement that it would fight the spiral economy and fulfill a key condition of desperately needed $12 billion International Monetary Fund loan. In spite of a host of new drinks, foods, and growing middle presence, Starbucks reported Thursday that consumer traffic in the U.S. fell. Gold programming on Thursday swung into losses at a fourth straight quarter, ratcheting up the pressure to deliver strong holiday sales and new cameras. As Benjamin Franklin famously said, it well, never can be said to certain except if the tax on you own your business or earn income from partnership, those taxes can be a bit more complicated. Marietta, Georgia, Lockheed Martin delivered its C-5M Super Galaxy aircraft to the U.S. Air Force Reserve Command Monday, the committee announced. Beijing, China's granted an export license from the CH-5. Reconnaissance and combat drones, the State China Daily website reported this week. Redstone Arsenal, Alabama, U.S. Army employee has been awarded a patent for the design work that reduces the ammunition weight and volume for the projectile launchers that service the NATs. Melville, New York, deployed with triple scatter system for the Swedish military being built by Comtech Telecommunications Company. Looking at the stocks here, the Dow. Down 20.97 votes at 17.9, 30.67, SP 5, down 9.28 at 28.66, then NASDAQ, down 47.60 votes at 5,58.41. Whether that's IUD, a shot in plan, a daily pill, birth control, a regular part of many adult women's lives, it's left a lot of women asking, why not men? Common sense is that calculates just how fast human carbon emissions are eating away at an R2C ice in a new study. Just 70 million in a fossil fuel power car equals 1 square foot of ice melted Arctic ice. You haven't heard much in the media, but this election likely to have a large consequence in the United States and perhaps the world addresses climate change. You may have seen the famous political creation image from the Eagle Nebula, breathtaking iconic shot taken by the Hubble Space Telescope in 1985, showing structures of dust and gas that look like cosmic columns. The Ebola virus was mutated earlier in 2015-2016 in West Africa, and the pandemic taking on a similar simple change that made it infect human cells more easily, researchers reported on Thursday. The Sunday, nearly everyone in the U.S. will need to set back their clocks to 1 hour as daylight saving time comes to an end, while this means that extra sleep surprisingly could take a toll on the health. London scientists have found that smoking in the back of the day cigarettes can cause 150 temperature changes to a smoker's lung cells each year. According to new research, December breaks actually lead to increase in obesity in children more than the time kids are in school. That tells parents that fight against obesity requires effort all year. Donald Trump candidates missing voters. The warnings about election fraud came in fast and loud in North Carolina as Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump spent the summer and fall claiming that the Democrats would rig the presidential election. Peter Chell News Time is now 5:08 on this Thursday evening here, and it is time now for Sports Report. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be taking on Cleveland Cavaliers. Game time, 8 o'clock at Cleveland, Ohio. While the Boston will be taking on Tampa Bay Lightning. Game time, 7:30 p.m. The UFC was all baseball world when it comes with the Boston Red Sox back in 2004. However, it became legendary in 2016 as Chicago Cubs won the 2016 World Series, breaking a 108-year drought without a title. Buffalo's running back LeSean McCoy returned to practice Thursday as McCoy didn't practice last week after aggravating his hamstring against the Dolphins in Week 7. McCoy missed last week's loss to the Patriots and miraculously took over primary running. The Philadelphia Eagles made wide receiver Josh Allen Thursday 2 days to be arrested and charged with unlawful possession weapon a day after coach Doug Peterson said he expected enough to play against the Giants this Sunday. AJ Green has babbled in any team and player in the NFL when he doesn't have a big game. The Bengals lose, but there is a caveat to come to choose in the NFL and being a wide receiver on a losing team typically doesn't take the award. Peter Children's time is new 5:09 on this Thursday evening, and it is time now for traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's MBTA where on the ferries they are looking good on the subway system. Green line spirits from minor delays to the signal problem. Red line spirits minor delays and no northbound service stage from North Quincy to JFK UMass on the commuter rail. It's looking good, and on the ferries they are looking good. Alright, take a look at hours and motorways in New England. 95 at the northbound side of back to Greenwich, down to Bridgeport. 95 and southbound back to 7 to Greenwich. Mayor Parker eastbound side backed up from North all the way to Bridgeport. A4 eastbound backed up. Then everybody Newtown and then Hipwreck skin on both ends of A4 around the Waterbury stretch. A4 westbound side backed up at 91 to New Britain. 91 on both ends backed up from 291 to Interstate A4. 91 on both ends backed up from Route 2 to Interstate A4. 95 on both ends is backed up on the West Haven stretch. 95 on the southbound side back to Brentford around the Guildford stretch and southbound side. 91 on the northbound side back to 57 to 291 in Springfield. Mass parking interchange with 91 in Chicopee, it's a little slow. 290 westbound side back from 190 to Route 9 in Worcester. 495. Southbound side back at 290 Marlboro all the way at the Milford. 495 on the northbound side back there from Route 9 to Route 20 Marlboro. 146 on both ends is back to around Route 99 out in Lincoln there. 146 on the southbound side is back up from 5095 downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side back to protected to Providence. 95 on the northbound side back to the Clinton and the downtown Providence. Mass parking on both ends. 195 westbound backed up from 114 to Route 95 in downtown Providence. 295 on the northbound back to 37 at Trail in Crescent. Route 37 both ends back to 295 and 95. 295 southbound back from 6 in Johnson all the way after Route 12 in Crescent. 95 is southbound side back to protecting downtown Providence. 95 northbound back from 10 in Crescent down to downtown Providence. Jamestown and Manhole Bridges. Jamestown and Newport Bridges are looking good, and the Manhole Bridge on the northbound side it is backed up around the Bristol stretch. 24 on the southbound side it is backed up from 120 get all the way to Route 139 in Stoughton. And then it breaks in from 45 out of Random all the way to Route 140 in Taunton. 95 stop and go. From 128 out in Kenton all the way up to 295 in Attleboro. 295 on the southbound side back around in Attleboro stretch. Route 3 on the southbound side back Braintree split down into the Braintree. 128 on the southbound side it is backed up from Highland Street and Neal all the way to Braintree split. 120 on the northbound side it is backed up from 20 and Randolph all the way to the Route 24. Suburbs Expressway. Both ends backed up and Mass back all the way to the Braintree split. 93 on both ends is backed up from Somerville on to the Zakin Bridge in downtown Boston. Mass back eastbound side it is backed up from before the Suburbs Expressway. Mass back both ends is backed up. South Boston and East Boston. Mass back on the westbound side of the back and also tolls all the way at Route 9 in Framingham. 128 on the northbound side of the Waltham down to Route 1 in Peabody. 128 southbound side back to Route 2 Waltham. All the way at the Route 9 in Wellesley. 93 on the northbound side of back from the Zakin Bridge all the way at the Route 129 in Wilmington. And then it breaks in from 485 in Lawrence all the way at Midland. 485 the southbound side is backed up from Route 3 in Lowell to transfer Route 3 on the northbound side is backed up from Burlington all the way at the Route 40 in Chelmsford. 93 495 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 3 in Lowell all the way up in the Tewksbury. Route 2 on the westbound side is backed around Fort Devens. Up in Southern New Hampshire. Every trip on the southbound side is backed up just around Route 101 in Manchester, New Hampshire. Spot trip back on the northbound side back from Route 95 Portsmouth at Route 4 in Durham. And Interstate 89. Southbound side is back to the Canadian border up in Vermont. And all the way 55. Northbound side back around 7 o'clock at the George Sherbrooke. Peter Chell News Time is now 5:13 p.m. on this Thursday evening here, and it's time now for weather report here. And the wind's gonna begin to howl, and looking at the sun, it's a beautiful sunset here. And take a look at radar, and it shows, zooming you closer in, and it shows we're seeing a few little line of rain showers between Kenton and Stoughton, and also seeing some rain showers around Braintree and around Weymouth, around Hingham. And little zoom you out a little bit, and it shows rain showers stretching all the way from Lewiston all the way up in the north of Maine, and heavy bands of rain showers around Skowhegan and north of Belfast and around south of Ellsworth, a line of rain showers from Maine, all the way out to New Brunswick and the western portion of Nova Scotia, and line of rain showers from north central and northeastern portion of New Hampshire all the way up in northwestern portions of Maine. Rain showers around Burlington, Vermont, and up in the southern Quebec. Line of rain showers stretching up in the northeastern New York State. Line of rain showers east of Albany, New York, and the northwest of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And line of rain showers southwest of Burlington, Vermont, and east of Bennington, Vermont. And line of clusters of showers and storms from Montgomery, New Jersey, all the way to Reading, Pennsylvania. All right, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, most clouds go about 44 degrees. Northwest about 7 miles an hour for Friday. Most clouds go about 53 degrees. And northwest about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Gusts inside 23 miles an hour for Friday night. Most clouds go about 27 degrees. Northwest about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Saturday. Most clouds go about 52 degrees. Common becoming in Westman, 8 miles in the morning. For Saturday night, most clouds about 38 degrees. For Sunday, partly sunny podcast got about 50 to about 33 degrees. Monday, sunny podcast got about 51 low about 33 degrees. For Tuesday, mostly sunny podcast got about 59 low about 40 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny podcast got about 36 about 38 degrees. And for Thursday, most clouds got about 57 degrees. And currently in Norton here, it is clear to the podcast skies, and we have a temperature of 68 degrees. We're giving you a 74%, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this November 3rd, 2069, Thursday on PCA. Good evening and goodbye, ladies and I'll see you for the Peter Channel sign off news report right after Sports Minute, right after either the Bruins game or the Celtics game. Hope you have a good evening.